Test, test, test. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Let me know how we sounding. Let me know how we sounding. What's going on, y'all? Got a few sets we're looking at. We're in a position right now. We're in a gold sell. Gold broke that low we was talking about. Let me clear this up a little bit. Clear some of this stuff off. We just entered off this retracement. Gonna ride this wave down right here. It's currently still chilling at our entry. We barely missed TP1. But we're about to see what this next 5 and 15 looks like. But yeah, we're just going to continue to ride the wave, y'all. If y'all was in the live yesterday, GU and gold when as projected, GJ and US30 ended up ranging for the day. Right, we're still in reversal territory with GJ. As we can see, price rejected that level. We're still in between these levels. So the game plan is still the same there. And then we look at US30. US30 is right underneath the level that we was at yesterday. So again, today is going to be interesting. We do got some news today as well. We got 8:30 USD and Canadian news. And then tomorrow we got some news as well at 8:30 and 10 a.m. So make sure to keep the 8:30 news time not alive. Keep that in mind. But yeah, but we can also see a clear lower low got made. Again, this is why we go with the floor price, not chase price. I didn't take this setup because this setup did not play out until literally the news, right? So again, we see here 8:15, 8:30. That's when price took a dump. Remember, it was live 4 a.m., which was right here. We was looking to see if we could hold this level. Price rejected and broke above that level. It broke back down below an hour before news. Again, we didn't trade. An hour before news is different. If we had a trade, we was in and we held it. But we don't really trade an hour before news. I don't recommend that. So I wasn't able to catch that setup. I was able to catch the gold setup. But besides that, the indices, GJ, we're just consolidating all day yesterday. All right, and then we had some more volume action take place at the 2:30 FOMC news. But again, I'm going to be trading after 12 personally. So as far as today, we have 8:30 news. We had the 2:30 JPY news pop off. The 11 o'clock JPY news yesterday pop off. But that still didn't break us out of this level here. So we're going to see what New York session, London session's got in store for us. Again, with GJ, it's kind of like how we was treating gold, right? We're going to look for sells. If we can break the whole 197.40 as resistance. If we can, we can look for sells going down to 197. Or if we can break above the whole 198.50 as support, we're going to look for buys going to 199.05. All right, y'all. Make sure I like the live up and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. It looks like we're having some volume attempt to push back in. Looks like gold's retesting that level. Man, gold's been playing around, man. GU's dropping. I'm looking for sells on both, though. We're still going to hold this, though. We barely missed TP1 is retesting this level right here. So we can maintain 3306's resistance, which is where price broke and turned to resistance yesterday. We're going to look for sells going down to the lows here at 3286. That's what we're looking at right here. We see GU dumping. So if GU can break below 3260, 3255, hold that as resistance, we're going to look for sales going down to 3225, or we're going to look to see if price is going to retest 3290 and hold that as resistance and look for sales. So GU is pushing hard. That's what I was looking to see gold do, because again, gold retested this level. But we're going to see if gold is going to do that. But I do like this GU setup as well. We're going to see if we can break below and hold that level, catch the next lower low. Again, it did do a nice drop yesterday, so it could try to retrace. But again, we don't overcomplicate it. We just simply go with the flow of price. So we're going to wait to see if we can hold this level right here. If you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. When we look at your charts, drop in the chat. Like I told y'all yesterday, dropped a new video for y'all. Let me drop that in the chat right now. Well, that's not the video I dropped yesterday. This is the video I dropped yesterday. Yeah, so GU, we're going to see if GU can hold this level right here. Gold's got a little bit of work to do, but I like both these setups right here. New 5-minute just popped up. That thing pushing hard. Look at that push. Let's see if we can hold right here. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Let's see if we can hold this level right here. US30 is pushing up. Again, we can technically look for buys. We caught buys here last week multiple times. Only thing is just the way it's positioned right now. But if we can't hold that level of support, the buys are still valid, right? Because we did go into reversal territory. We retest that level right there, as you can see. Literally touched it and then shot back up. So buys are still the move to go forward. US30, as far as right now. It's a nice wick on gold. Let's see if we can hit TP1. And let's see if GU can hold this level right here. Yeah, we're gonna see what this next 15 looks like. So I got a message earlier. I don't know. Well, the way they message, I'm assuming they're asleep. But we go live London session, but we trade London and New York session, right? I don't go live for an hour, 2 hours London session, and then if I don't see anything, I go to sleep and call it a day. No, we trade London and New York session, and then depending on the day and the week, we also take setups during Tokyo session, right? And I can show that right here. So again, these are old signals. So nobody take these signals. These are old signals. But I'm on the West Coast right now, so that's why sometimes when I send screenshots on my phone, it'll look like it's not during New York session, but I take trades London and New York session, right? So I'm on my computer now. My computer is on East Coast time. So I can show you the time we take these trades. So you'll see that we don't just trade London session, we trade also New York session, right? So let me show you really quick. Again, these are old signals. Nobody take these. All right. I don't want no DMs after the live saying you took this signal because these are old signals. All right. Cool. Okay. So this is the GU setup we took at the beginning of the week. All right. We look right here. You see this was 4:30 a.m. We look at the trade we took before that. This was 7:09 a.m. Right. So pre-New York. This was 4 a.m. London session. 10:07 a.m. New York session. Right. So we trade London and New York session. And again, like I said, depends on the day and the week, the market structure. We also trade Tokyo sessions sometimes. Again, this was 3 a.m. This trade 8:41 a.m. New York session. This trade 8:01 a.m. New York session. 9:34 a.m. New York session. London session. All right, London session. London session. So we trade London and New York session, right? London session. And then a lot of these setups play into New York as well. And at the beginning of every day, and that's why I tell y'all, if y'all do not watch, I know sometimes, even I don't watch every minute of a YouTube video, but over here, if you're really trying to take trading seriously, again, I don't waste any seconds or time in any of my videos. So literally, when y'all go to the last few minutes of all my YouTube videos, when I say, if y'all enjoyed the video, like, share, subscribe, comment down below, literally 5 seconds after I say comment down below, maybe 10 seconds. I say, if you're interested in learning how to identify these levels, my Signal Service or mentorship program, hit those links in the description. But before you make a decision, let me tell you a little bit about those details. So you watch those last 3 minutes of any of my YouTube videos. Just dropped a new video yesterday, by the way. I go over all the details of all my programs. Okay? Obviously, I don't mind answering y'all's questions, but again, a lot of the stuff be in the videos, just like a lot of the sets we talk about, I'll be talking about in here on the swing chart analysis, right? But at the beginning of every New York session, I drop the New York price watches going over the trades we took, if we took any during Tokyo and London session, as well as possible setups going into New York. So again, you see that posters every day during New York session. I send screenshots and analysis. Again, you see this was right before New York session. So we trade and take setups during New York and London session. All right, y'all, like this one right here again. 10 a.m. Right, so we trade both Tokyo, London, and New York session. Right. All right, this was 9:30 right off New York Open, and these are literally the trades we took this month. Right, we're still beginning of July. Right, so again, we go live London session because I like to trade London going into New York, but we don't just strictly trade London session. Right, we literally went live yesterday during FOMC. We go live at least twice a week during high impact news events. And then if y'all ever be in the TikTok lives, you'll literally see I'll be in positions holding them going into New York session, all right? And then you look at the time of some of these trades, they play out going into New York session as well. So make sure to hit that first link in the description, join the free Signal, free Telegram, y'all. Y'all see on your screens how we did last month and last quarter. So GU is doing a retest, so we're about to see if we can maintain and hold this level as resistance. Goal is still ranging right now. I wanted to try to ride this wave, but again, we do got news today. So with high impact news events, like I always said, if we don't see any action between now and 6 a.m., price is most likely going to be chilling up until the news like we saw yesterday, and then we have volume right after the news play out, right? Like just like yesterday, price was consolidating and ranging, but literally, whoops, right at 8:15 when ADP popped off, and at 8:30 when advanced GDP popped off. Again, if y'all was in the lives yesterday, we was talking about GU cells here. Literally retest this level at 8 a.m., 8:15, 8:30. You see the volume kick in and break through this level and literally do the move we went for the day before like it was nothing, right? Again, you see these small candlesticks, you see all these wicks, and then you see yesterday prices blew to that level. And that's what I always talk about with high impact news. High impact news is not scary, right? High impact news is not to blow your account. It's literally what they use to push volume into the markets more times than not. Because again, not every high impact news event we see reactions like this, right? Not every high impact news event, not every red folder we see volume spikes, right? But more times than not, high impact news is going to give us volume we need to break through and do a move prices struggling to break through and do. But most importantly, especially in the bigger time frames, help us break through levels that we need to be broken through for trends to continue or new trends to start. And again, if you go into the first link description, watch free signal, not watch, but go into first link description, join the free signal for Telegram, and you watch the Sunday chart analysis from this week. Like I always tell y'all, the Sunday chart analysis goes over not just what we see price doing Sunday night going into Monday, but what we see price doing throughout the entire week. I talked about this with the GU setup in the Sunday chart analysis, right? I was saying that we're going to be looking for sales, but we need what? Volume to break through this level of traffic. And we can clearly see the volume kicked in yesterday during the news. We also had the volume continue to push through this when FOMC popped off, right? And I can show that as well. So GU did a nice retest. Again, if we can hold 32.60 as resistance, we can look for sales going down to 32.25. Gold's pushing down as well. We're going to see if we get a TP1 on gold, right? But so I think once again, you should be seeing some profit right now, but we still got a little bit of work to do, right? So we saw the volume kicking at 8:15. We saw the volume kicking at 8:30. Then we had 2 o'clock, 2:30 USD news. We go to GBPUSD at 2 o'clock, 2:30. Oh, look here. Again, we had volume, 8:15, 8:30 to below through this level. Right, this is the sell we took on Tuesday. Yesterday, it literally smacked through it like nothing, right? Then it broke this level, turned it into resistance. And then look, just like here, right before the news popped off, price what? Coincidentally retested this level. Just like price coincidentally retested this level right before 8:15, 8:30 news. Look what happened. 14:30, which was 2:30. Boom. Blew through this level, right? You see clear volume. In these candlesticks, you look to the left, you see lack of volume. You look to the right, you see lack of volume, right? We go to gold, we see the same thing. 8:30 candlestick, broke price below. Right after the news, 8:45, price dumped to the downside, did exactly what we saw took place Monday, and did exactly what we was talking about, what we was looking for yesterday. And then again, this level that was treated as support on Monday with the volume got turned into resistance, right? And we see the same thing here. We had 2 o'clock FOMC, 2:30, volume came in, blew through that next level, right? Now GJ and US30, they're kind of, like I said, they're still stuck in the same spot, but GU and gold did what we was looking for yesterday. GJ and US30 are still trying to figure their lives out, right? So again, if we would have been able to hold that as resistance, we would have went for sales there, but you can see price wicked and it's pushing back up. So it's in reversal territory. So we're just simply going to let price do its thing until it can either hold and maintain as low as resistance or break back above and hold and maintain this low as support. We got US30 just broke back above this level right here. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. Get the G's pushing. Let's see if it's going to drop some more. We're going to be live later on today on TikTok as well, y'all. So make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram, playmaker_way. TikTok, _playmakerway_. Got some new posts lined up for y'all as well. We got a new 5 minute just popped up. We got another 5 minutes to the next 15 pops up. And so I like GU and gold. Just waiting to see if gold's going to wake up. But I like this. We're just going to break back down below 32.82. We need to hold that as resistance. But again, this low got turned to resistance yesterday. It's still being held as resistance. So if we can hold this low as resistance, we see price push back down. Made a nice lower low yesterday as well. Again, this was support level. We want to see this be maintaining held as a resistance, but we also need to turn this support level into a resistance as well. So that's what we're going to be looking for today. See if we can keep on pushing down. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. Like I said, we're going to look for buys here. US30, if we could hold 44.670 as support. We can look for buys going to 44.790. But it needs to hold this level as support for the bullish momentum to come back into play. All right, so this is still a nice move for a buy right here. You guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. Yeah, some nice little push right there. About to see what this next 15 looks like. So gold's retracing, but GU's pushing. Man, we're going to hold the SRT because though. I still like gold for sales. Just got some work to do. The GU's pushing. That's what I was looking for with gold. All right, new 15 just popped up. Again, we got news at 8:30. So we're going to see what price does between now and 8:30. Then after the 8:30 news, we're going to be looking for some setters going into New York session as well. Gold's rejected. US30 is pushing. GU's dumping. So GU is doing exactly what we was looking for. Gold, on the other hand, is rejecting that level, not holding. So we're still going to look for sells as long as we can maintain hold at 33.24 as resistance. But again, it's just super choppy in this area. So that's why we needed volume to break through it yesterday. So we're going to need some more volume to break through this and hold this as resistance. Because again, every time we break below this level, we fail to hold it as resistance. It's like how we kept on struggling to break below this level until yesterday. So we're going to let that do its thing right there. We got GJ pushing up. So again, if GJ can't break back above and hold 198.55 as support, we can look for buys going to 199.10, 199.15. So we're looking to see if we can hold that as support. US30 is pushing. So again, literally, as far as entry wise, 2 out of the 3 charts are doing what we're looking for. GJ, we're about to see if we can hold this level right here. So again, you clearly see here that again, it's like we talked about with the members yesterday, right? Nothing is 100%, but you can see here that literally as far as charts at levels we're looking at, as far as right now, 2 out of the 3 are doing what we're looking for, right? So 2 out of 3, that's a good percentage, right? Yesterday, same thing, right? The 2 charts we was looking at when that's projected, 2 for 2, that's not a bad percentage, right? And like we talked about at the beginning of the week, the last week of the month, we have a lot of news popping off, and we have a lot of reports coming out on top of new weekly, monthly candlesticks. And then when we drop on top of that, like we talked about yesterday, the market structure. We'll talk more about this later on in TikTok, but members, we talked about this in yesterday's live. So if y'all missed the FOMC live, the recording is dropped in the channel. So make sure to watch and check that out. We're about to see what this next 5 minute looks like. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When looking at the charts, drop them in the chat. Make sure to like the live and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We're almost at, where we at? Let me put my phone on. Whoops. What's the subscribers looking like? We're almost at 3,800 subscribers. You can get that easily. And honestly, if you're watching right now, you ain't subscribed, I don't know what you're doing, man. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Y'all sleeping alive today, though. Am I talking? We awake today, y'all? It's Thursday. The week's not done yet. I was like, did the music stop? No, it's just a pause. Let me fast forward a little bit. There we go. So we got G retesting this level. We got gold wicking back down. Again, like always, you just got to hold to SRTP gets hit, right? Because again, we go for high quality setups. Got a high win rate, going with the flow of price. You just got to let the markets do what the market's going to do. So that's a nice wick, though. So we're going to see if we can push back down and hit that TP1. We got G retesting this level right here. US30 still chilling there. Again, we got 8:30 news today. Not going to be going live with the members during today's news, but we do got 8:30 news today, so make sure to keep that in mind for both Canada and USA. All right, y'all, new hour just picked up. So again, I personally, again, it's still technically bullish here, but I personally want to go for buys unless we can maintain hold 44.810 as support as far as US30 is concerned. Again, we're in this gold setup. We're in drawdown right now. We're going to hold to SRTP gets hit. Again, if we can maintain 33.04 as resistance, we're going to be looking for sales going down to 32.86. But as long as we maintain and hold 33.24 as resistance, I'm still looking for sales. Again, we just still got a little bit of work to do. We had a nice push yesterday, but we really need to maintain and hold 32.84 as resistance for price to continue to push down. As far as GBPUSD is concerned, if we can maintain and hold 32.60 as resistance, we can look for sales going down to 32.25. And then GJ, I'm not messing with unless we break above and hold 198.55 as support. Then we can look for buys going to 199.10. Or if we break below and hold 197.35 as resistance, then we're looking for sales going down to 197. All right, y'all, that's the game plan for today. So yeah, so we're just gonna let these charts do their thing for right now. And then after the 8:30 news, we're gonna see what New York sessions got for us. Again, just dropped some videos for y'all. I dropped 3 videos for y'all this week so far on YouTube. Make sure to watch those and catch up to those. I got some new posts on Instagram and TikTok dropping for y'all today as well. And we should be going live today on TikTok, right? So it's going to be around like 12:30, 1 o'clock-ish. We're going to go live. All right, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody who's been live since the beginning. Shout out to everybody who's been live since y'all joined. Again, make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free Telegram. And the sale is still going on. Use discount code It's My Time for 20% off everything. But yeah, so we're gonna let this thing play out right here. We're still just chilling at our entry point. GU's doing a nice retest right here. So yeah, we're going to just let the price play out for now. We're going to see what happens within these next 2-3 hours before we got the 8:30 news popping